Achilles and his gold, Achilles and his kids.
Alright, what's up, guys? James here with the subject supposed to speak. So, this new fucking Chainsmokers joint is so good. A lot of people talk shit about the Chainsmokers. I think that they're full of shit, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter if they're shallow, it doesn't matter if the guys are kind of douches, none of that shit matters. They figured something out, obviously, that has a wide enough appeal to really be able to touch on the heartstrings of not only 13-year-old little girls, but, you know, yoked out, lazy, middle-class intellectuals like myself. So, hey, good on them. That having been said, you know, the song is so good. I mean, like, what's his face from Coldplay is doing the lyrics, and you hear him talking about how he's reading these old books, legends and myths and shit, and he's just like, how am I gonna live up to these sort of archetypes, these ideals of what it means to be a man? Like, how am I gonna do that? And it's such a poignant struggle, I think, for so many men. And you know, we often feel like there's so much that's riding on our shoulders, and we are the ones who have to perform in, you know, in relationships, especially with girls. You know, it's like we're expected to do our little mating dance and for it to be a happy one. And you know, it's remarkable the terrible extent to which we can feel that pressure and how it makes us shrink from taking decisive action, from asserting ourselves, and from really coming forward in a very self-assured way in our advances, you know, on our way to love. And you know, I mean, you know, I guess the saddest part is that, you know, it's at least sometimes the case that, you know, the object for affection doesn't give two shits about whatever it is that's making us so insecure, right? And, you know, I feel this in a real way all the time about all the girls, you know, that I've sort of failed with, basically. And I don't know, maybe they did care, maybe they would have cared, you know, as they got to know me, about my circumstances and about the fact that I'm not where I want to be, and maybe that would have dampened the relationship. But the point is that all that shit always seems to get in the way, to the point where we don't even get to that point where it's like, well, we have to be practical, you know. I guess the other possibility is that, you know, those pressures and that feeling is real. You know, it's reflective of, those insecurities are reflective of some imminent reality that we don't want to, you know, deal with, in terms of, you know, not having the means to sustain a relationship, you know, or practically speaking. But you know, I think there's a very good argument to be made that it's not about your tangible assets, right? It's really about the kind of desirousness and the lust for life, and the zeal, and the ability to affirm existence, you know, and to say yes. That's really what it is, man. Like, at bottom, that's what girls want to see in a guy, is the ability to fucking dance like a clown and to laugh and say yes. Yes, I accept you, I accept myself, I accept this, whatever this is that we have between us, right? And it's just so sad because, you know, I'm not fucking there. And there's just been brief, fleeting moments in my life where I've been able to just stand within that tension and without fear and without backing down. And usually there's almost always something that makes me back down. I guess it's something to work on, though, right? Is to learn to not be afraid. Fucking daunting. Daunting. You know, at my best, when I do fuck things up, I make the approach and I earn her scorn, and then I walk away and I laugh at myself for being a dumbass, right? And that's great. At my worst, you know, I'll have a totally decent girl come on to me and just, you know, give me all these signs and signals, just telling me, asking for me to advance, and then I come forward and I do something to fuck it up, and that's when I feel the most inadequate, right? It's when, you know, it's not when I make the approach, it's when I'm trying to answer the call and, you know, she's trying to make it easy for me. Fuck, man. What do? We're stuck in this human predicament. And we're bogged down by just, you know, I mean, the lyrics to the song are so good because it's like, you know, each of us is, if we take like an analysis as we would from Harold Bloom's theory of poetry, which is, you know, embodying the anxiety of influence, is such a fantastic book. It's a fantastic book. You know, over and above the theory of poetry, it's really a theory of human development. It's a theory. It's a psychological theory too. It's a theory of how we individuate from those who are the strongest influences and influencers in our lives. And I guess kind of a corollary of that insight is that every human life is a poem, a lived poem, right? And, you know, we're all trying to just sing it as beautifully as we can and to, you know, throw our song out there. And we're hoping, you know, that this audience of attentive people around us is going to accept it and is going to like what they have to see, right? But I guess where I was going with that is, fuck, I totally lost myself. Anxiety of influence, human life, poem, human development. Oh my god, I really just got completely lost in that train of thought. That's funny. We're all just trying to sort of sing it, I guess, was the major insight. We're all trying to do it better than you know, than what's come before us. Okay, that's what it is, right? You know, I mean, the lyrics of the song, it's like, you know, this guy, he's like, I have my head in these books, and all these great men have come before me, and, you know, like, look, these legendary figures from these myths, and you know, they've done all these heroic, manly deeds. What the fuck do I have to offer? And that is such a poignant and pointed thing, you know, to our experience as men who are trying to figure out why the women who want to love us. Like, we're scratching our heads. We're kind of confused. We're like, me, really? This is not uncommon, and it's one of the more comic aspects of love, you know. Someone just sort of reaches out to us and is like, I like you, you know, I like whatever it is that you're putting out there, and we're just kind of like, what am I answering to in you? You know, what you like me? What is it? What is it about? You know, I mean, I remember in class, my little could have been girl, man. I just remember I was just making these dumb, stupid jokes, and she was just laughing, like just so hysterically, just like twitching, laughing, and I'm just like, "Are you fucking high, bitch? Like, what is like this joke is not even that good." And she's like, "Oh, it's just my personality." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It's your way of showing me that you just want me inside of you." Um, you know, it's. I guess it's just something we gotta figure out as we go, huh? But you don't meet wild ones like that often. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Those opportunities, they don't just pop up like that. How am I gonna learn to solicit things that way? I guess that's the best thing that I can take away from her, is to just be totally unafraid. I wish I could be more like her. So courageous, that little one. I wish I could talk to her still. I wish I could tell her how I feel. It fucking sucks. Every day it fucking sucks. What are we to do, man? Try and move forward with our lives, huh? I just imagine myself finding. I just want to find myself in this place where I'm accepted and I'm loved, and there's just no doubt that the people around me would all, you know, they'd take a bullet for me, and I for them. I don't know. It just seems like it's so hard to find that in this world. And I guess it's so hard to be, for me, to be willing to let people, to get close enough to where you can have that level of intimacy where, it's not just apparent or feigned sacrifice. It's real. You're really willing to suffer a bit because you know that whatever it is that that person has to offer you is it's going to make up for it. I wish I could find that. Maybe one day I will. Here's to hoping. And we'll stop it there.